Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me here on the Burning River Browns Talk. It is a Wednesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That means I go live Monday through Friday every day here on YouTube and all the other platforms that the Fanatical Elves Network is available on. This is Burning River Browns Talk. I am Lou Marconi at L Marconi251 on Instagram, at L Marconi1973 on X. Thank you for joining me. Got some stuff to talk about today. Appreciate you. Please like, comment, share, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you again for joining us, or joining me, I should say. Hey, let's go ahead and talk about that rumor that Maurice Hurst was on Cleveland Browns Daily a few days ago, and he did flat out come out and say they're looking forward to playing in Brazil to open the season. So it looks like it. The rumors are abound that the opening weekend of the Cleveland Browns 2024 season, they will be traveling as the road team to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and play the Philadelphia Eagles. And that would be done on Friday, September 6th. Nothing official has been announced. A schedule usually doesn't get announced till shortly after the NFL draft, which is around early May. They have a show and everything. So that's the rumor. I'm hearing it by multiple people, including Peter King, the Sports Illustrated writer, who's very reliable. So the rumblings are there. So if usually with some smoke there is fire. So I would expect that. Also, the weekend of the 13th, which is the following week, there's a pretty big concert scheduled at the stadium of I think it was Billy Joel and Rod Stewart. So more than likely, the Browns will be traveling on the road the first 2 weeks of the season. Obviously, they're going to be in Brazil for the first game if that's correct and that's true. So then the following one would be another road game, maybe. So first 2 weeks of the season will be on the road. Be difficult, but more than likely, I'd be very surprised if they're playing on a field 2 days later after there was a big concert on that field. So that's where we're at. That's just that rumor. Some other Browns news that has happened. Two pretty big things. A great step for Deshaun Watson in his rehab process. He did begin throwing. From what I heard, he's already started. He's scheduled to start throwing, whether it was either yesterday or today. David Njoku is out in California with his quarterback coach, his personal quarterback coach, and they're going to start light throwing. He's ahead of schedule. So that's good news. That's good news. Also, I have no updates on Nick Chubb. I've not heard anything about Nick Chubb. I think you'll get more information next week at the owners' meetings that'll be in Florida. Also, another bit of Browns news, Jerry Jeudy. He restructured his contract over the weekend, and he had basically this was his fourth year. Well, he had 20, 21, 22, and 23. This is his fifth year, excuse me. So I just did math in my head. This was his fifth year that was picked up. They restructured that fifth year and they extended him an additional 3 years. So he's going to be on this team for the next 4 years with the restructure and everything else. And the team is investing in him as a wide receiver, possibly thinking that he could take over as the number one next year, not 2024, but 2025. That's what it's kind of pointing towards because Amari Cooper's about to turn 30. And usually, once receivers and running backs hit 30, those injuries, defensive backs, linebackers, once they get past the age of 30, that the injuries tend to pile up, the nagging injuries pile up, and the production usually drops. Jarvis Landry is probably a really good example of that right now. I would also tend to say Mari Cooper might stay another year or two, but more than likely, I don't think they're going to invest the money to keep him. No definite word yet on that, but I'm going to do an article about that for tomorrow. Scheduled today, you'll see with my article today with for Fans First Sports Network and for CLE Sports Talk, um, about the team traveling to Brazil in the opening weekend and just kind of like the scheduling of everything else. Going back to that, I think the team going to Brazil and getting a national televised game on opening weekend, the day after the defending Super Bowl champions will open up on Thursday night. I think that would show how the NFL feels about the team, that this is a good team to showcase, that this is a team with talent. This is a team that's going to be entertaining to watch. So I think 2024, with all things considering, if we stay healthy, we should contend for a division title and contend for the AFC championship. I don't see why not. We still have some moves to make. We still have some things that to do. There's always work to be done, but we have the talent. We have a good team because what you're seeing now, what this team is doing with tying it all together with the extension of Jerry Judy, you're going to see possibly extensions to Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa, the linebacker, probably see an extension to Grant Delpit, those types of players. We're not going after players back in the day of the 2000s and 2010s when we're trying to sign free agents to get better. We're staying better by keeping the players we have, that we drafted, that we've developed. We have a program. That's what good teams do. How often do you hear major splashes from the good teams? Not too often. I mean, Baltimore did make a splash by signing Derrick Henry. He's a 30-year-old running back. Well, good for them. He could work out. I'm not saying he won't. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. The NFL is brutal on the body of running backs and receivers. And once you hit that age, it's going to be difficult. Derrick Henry, once he starts running downhill, he's very hard to tackle. I've seen it. I remember him in the Sugar Bowl against Ohio State, and I've seen him play against the Browns. I actually was at the game when the Browns completely shut down him and the rest of the Tennessee offense. This just last season. So keep it all in mind. I appreciate you. My next article will be about the Jerry Judy trade that should come out sometime tomorrow. But today, talking about Brazil, talking about the season schedule, who we play, who we don't play. This year, of course, we have 17 games, but 9 of those games will be on the road. The extra road game will be in New Orleans. I'm not sure when that's going to be or when the official dates and times will be announced, but it looks like all things rumors pointing to the Browns playing the Eagles. Well, the Eagles are definitely going to be there. It looks like the Browns will be playing the Eagles in Brazil. It looks that way. So much obliged. Everything else. Hey guys, it's about that time to wrap it up. Hey, feel free if you want to comment, like, share, say whatever you like, please. Burning River Browns Talks here for everybody. It's here for all of us. It's here for the fans as a part of the Fanatical Elves Network. I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to let you all know that we are here in this together as Browns fans. We stuck through the rough times. We stuck through the move, the expansion era for 20 years. Now, guys, we have a good team, and it's time to enjoy that team. It's time to just enjoy it. Let's do that. Okay. Like I said, if we stay healthy, we should be good. Like if Deshaun Watson is productive and Nick Chubb's productive, absolutely. If they're their old selves, it'll be good. And that's good to see that Deshaun Watson's throwing. All right. Before I go, I will see you guys tomorrow here, 8:30 a.m. as usual. Thank you all for joining me. And just remember, when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. See you tomorrow. One last thing, I have to pause for sponsors. So let me do that right now.